$20. Guys, are we actually... How old is this magazine? This magazine is almost 26 years old. Are we still going to smell a fragrance in here? Let's see. Trying to get in her boobs here, don't be a creep. What is up, Grocknation? Welcome back, guys, to another edition of Reading Old Maxim Magazines in the arcade this evening. As you guys can see, this is May 2000s. It is issue number 29, if you guys can see that. We read issue 23 last time, which was my very first Maxim I ever bought as a 13-year-old, which was a Jennifer Love Hewitt, I believe, from November 1999. So this is another one. I don't think I own this, but I definitely read this one. Maybe a friend of mine owned it. Regardless, we're going to dig into it. Again, I got from 29 all the way to 43 issues. Issue 29 to 43. I got them on eBay. I just unboxed this. I was going to do an unboxing of all of them, but the guy packaged these magazines like he was transferring a fucking heart. It was actually two massive boxes that were over-taped, so it wouldn't have been a really pleasant unboxing. And besides, I wanted to kind of be a surprise for you guys week to week, or I want to try to release these week to week. So with that being said, guys, if you recognize this, let me know down below if you guys owned this particular issue. And since we're reading a manly magazine and we are trying to set the mood as men, let's spray a man's fragrance. Tonight we are going to be spraying Elysium by Roja Parfums. Yeah, there we go. These magazines do smell musty, so that definitely helps. She'll keep that just right here, just in view of you guys. I don't think I can actually put it right there. Alright, I actually can't. We're gonna have to move it away. Oh my goodness, it smells so damn good. Oh, it's been a while since I sprayed it. I can see it on my... I don't mind this smelling like the Roja Parfums. But let's dig into it. And again, guys, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And hit that subscribe button if you like old ASMR magazines. That's my #1 search for the last Maxim magazine is ASMR magazines. Alright, so let's dig into this. Let's look at the cover first, actually. We got the beautiful Kristy Swanson. She was a huge star in the 90s with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show, or movie rather, in the late 80s. Obviously, Sarah Michelle Gellar would do the TV show in the 90s, 2000s, which is iconic. She was also in a ton of good movies. Deadly Friend, she has the infamous scene with the basketball. If you guys haven't seen that, but Kristy Swan, YouTube, Kristy Swanson, Deadly Friend, basketball. You'll thank me later. I also remember her in a Charlie Sheen movie, The Chase. She was the girl, the rich guy's daughter, or the daughter, the girl that he kidnaps with a chocolate bar. As well, on a personal note, she's Adam Sandler's girlfriend in Big Daddy, which, like on a personal note, she leaves him for an old man, and my sister dates almost exclusively old men. So that scene when he says old balls and all this stuff about that old guy, I always want to say that about my sister, but regardless, Kristy Swanson is our Maxim cover girl from May 2000. Vamp, the original Buffy, wants a second bite. Shoot hoops at Michael Jordan, summer camps at Rock. The Mafia beach party, high times at lowlifes. Gold-plated pizza boxes, Hollywood's coolest bachelor pads. Pull or trigger, 20 surefire sex surprises to try out tonight. Plus the world's hardest things, fastest pitches, toughest bikes, and stupidest photo captions. Sex, sports, beers, gadgets, clothes, and... what is that? Not fashion. I don't know. I have to look at another one. Magazine of the Year. Advertising Age Awards 2000. Okay. Let's dig in. Let's take guys can't hear it, but it's kind of annoying me. Let's dig in. Again, we skim through all these. We're not going to be reading every article. It would be multiple videos for one magazine if we did. There's a lot of reading in these men's magazines. So up first is our first ad. It's Chaps Ralph Lauren. I actually own a Chaps Christmas sweater. I don't know what this model is. I like these Old Maxim Magazines. It's like going back in time. Like, look at that. That's like the new vehicle at the time. Remote control side mirrors, the new Volkswagen. Little pug down there. He's definitely dead by now. All these animals you'll see in here are for a morbid thing to think about. Oakleys. Everybody wanted these type of Oakleys back then. Type that would really like wrap around your head. Tommy Hilfiger, still one of my favorite clothes to wear. I love my Tommies. There was big controversies around this time about Tommy Hilfiger being potentially racist, and people were trying to blackball them around this time. Gotta kind of hold the magazine down right now because it's still kind of, we're just at the beginning. The ultimate grilling accessory. Weber grills, I guess, for barbecues. L'Oreal pears. Again, I'm trying to look to see if I notice these. That looks like that potentially is a model actress. I don't know what exact movie I would see her in. She's in a Vanilla Sky. I know she's one of David's girlfriends. The one that looks sad when he ignores her. Okay, here we go. So we got Swanson Feeds the Hungry Man. Okay, sorry about that. I just killed one of the lights because it was too much light shining. I think this is good enough. We're not getting too much light interference in the magazine right now. So, all right. So Swanson Feeds the Hungry Man, page 156. He wants answers. Bill Paxton. Hollywood's busiest man takes a break to school as an accidental she-male mingling. Oh man, that's the controversial takes we'll see in these old magazines, guys. The greatest submarine battle ever and his firing you underwater action flick. U-571, never watched it. Actung Baby. Simone Muthries. We met up with the German model on a secluded beach where she showed us her stuff. Surprise, no tan lines. Hardest of the hardcore, the nastiest weapons, deadliest disasters, and hot sauce that'll burn your face off will hold our list of the most badass people, places, and things of all time. China Show. The anticipation of China's upcoming flick head over heels. We're serving up a spicy appetizer. Bon appetit. Not sure what that is. Mafia Beach Party 6 years ago. Chris Basilio ruled Miami Beach. He owned the hottest clubs, drove the fastest cars, and dated the sexiest woman. Then cops linked him to a series of robberies and assaults and a Staten Island housewife with a bullet in her brain. Jesus. Pull her trigger. Tired of the missionary position? Wow her instead with these sex tricks. Fun with toothbrushes, zucchinis, and more. Jesus. That sounds graphic. Get out of here. Summer camps at Rock. Duncan with Air Jordan, hunting with Ted Nugent, and spray with real-life James Bond. Maxim trips out of the Ultimate Guys summer camps. That's going to be interesting. I do love summer and I love traveling. Cover girl Christy Swanson, okay. There's J-Lo. Shady guys stay in the sun. That's Jennifer Lopez. I don't know who that is. Best of the tubes. There's an article in here about socks, apparently. ESQ Swiss watches. I actually just watched an ASMR video about Hoyer watches. For one of my favorite old guy ASMR artists. Levi's clothing worn by the cast of Roswell on the WB. I never watched Roswell. On WB I watched Seventh Heaven, Smallville, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What else did I watch on there? Bed Bath Beyond, page 40. Cavity search, but there isn't a dentist office. Letters, joke, Circus Maximus. Circus Maximus are always fun. How to treat a gunshot wound. Fight like a stooge. Build a staircase for kings. Build sandcastle for kings, sorry. Live on your couch for a whole weekend and cook a trout on your engine while you drive with a zesty lemon sauce receipt. Why bastards get lucky. Screw your health. Great balls of fire. Maximware. Reviews. And beat this caption. Beat the captions are really fun. Okay, we got the Toyota RAV4. The 2001. I guess this would be technically because they always go a year ahead instead of 2000, 2001. Time to feed the midget. If you build it, she will come. It looks like a sandcastle. Ladies love the outlaw. And Patron. Taste the magic. Here's the editor's note. We're not going to read all that. Guys, the video I did last with this was over an hour long. So we don't want to be doing that every time. See what I mean? Carrera sunglasses. I don't remember those. Are those like prevalent sunglasses now? I'm not a big sunglasses guy. I bought myself I think $400 Dolce & Gabbanas for my bachelor party. And I think I'm set for sunglasses for a while. Those are really nice pair. Haagen-Dazs ice cream. My wife loves that. Army World War PlayStation. The Army Man games. Those are really fun. Sarge's Heroes on N64 was my favorite. Elegant watches, I guess. Caterpillar. It reminds me I gotta go pick up my new Caterpillar safety glasses tomorrow. Before I go to work. I remind my wife. She said she'd pick them up on her way home from lunch. Neither snow nor rain. Everyday postman shows up sweating bullets while lugging huge bags of envelopes and mysterious sticking packages to our office. Sure, we feel his pain, but we can't help enjoying it too. So send us something really heavy, and while you're at it, let us know what you think about doing our job. So it's called Oh Jenny. We'll read some of these. I will definitely continue to be a loyal reader of your magazine, especially after receiving the March issue with the return of the Ultra Vixen Jenny McCarthy. She's a whack job now. I've always thought Jenny was super sexy and that she deserved more recognition. Question, is she wearing leather, rubber, or plastic on the cover? And wouldn't she look even better with barbed wire or daffodils wrapped all around her? A, none of the above, and B, no barbed wire. Jesus Christ, what is this guy into? Who is this? Is it Jenny McCarthy? Yeah, but she's brunette. Jewel heist. Just dropping a note to let you know I got robbed a couple weeks ago. That's right, friggin' ripped off. My roommates lost a lot of stuff, but all I lost was a new Toshiba laptop and a pile of Maxims. The funny thing is that we found my computer outside a window where the pricks broke in. I guess they'd rather have the 7 pounds of Maxims than a new lamp. That's the guy from Prince George, British Columbia, aka the Thompson, Manitoba of BC, one of the most dangerous places in Canada. Ever hear the story about the thief, the toothbrush, the rectum, and the camera? We suggest you have your film developed or buy a new toothbrush. Okay, what is this? You can't keep a good hoe down. I owe it all to Maxim, your inclusion of Hawaii's own Don Ho as one of the 50 greatest guys. Number 47, God's Not Man, in your July-August 99 issue. Helped me book Don on my kick-ass Honolulu radio show on KPOI. Don was surprised and honored by your mention of him. It was probably because your story of the government of Hawaii has proclaimed February 10th Don Ho Day. That's from Jeff Blasey in Honolulu. Please give our best to Mr. Ho and his lovely wife Heidi. We'll say hello the next time we're in. I don't even try to read that fucking... I don't know if that's a town or a province in Hawaii. Gladden in a closet, missing in action. Okay, let's kind of move on here. Guess eyewear. I do have some Guess prescription glasses and Guess sunglasses. Nike basketball shirts. I used to own these for gym when I was in high school. Nipple alert. That looks like Alyssa Milano. Letters from ladies. Okay, this is different. The lady readers, I guess. Mousetrap, because your magazine is so sexy and fun, I'm sending you a gift. A little mouse decoration made from everyone's favorite feminine hygiene product. It's a fucking tampon. Do make one of your girlfriend. For your girlfriend, she'll love it. Don't use up the whole box, you'll be sorry. Heather V from Douglas, Massachusetts. Hey, thanks. Because of our late night pizza and burger binges, we developed a rodent problem in the office. So we're using your tampon mouse to train the new office pussycat. Ironic, isn't it? You got a purty mouth. The picture of the guy shaving with peanut butter in a February letters section is totally weird. Where does he put the jelly? That was a girl's mouth attached to a guy's face. There was real manly beard stubble, but that month, those lips, the teeth, the expression was just dripping female sexuality. Was that my imagination? That's Christy High from Phoenix. That's our very own senior editor, James Henry. After reading your letter, James exclaimed, "Hey, we're not going to print that, are we?" What a pisser. I got a big laugh out of the March 2000 issue, especially the article Goodbye Poker. Hello, Pampers. I'm a mother of two, and I've got an important tip for you. When you're changing a boy's dirty diaper, you should use something like dry washcloth to cover up his groin, so there won't be any unexpected warm showers. Good luck. That's true, because little baby boys particularly, they'll fucking launch a fire hose at you if you're not careful when you're changing them. That was from Christy Hodge, Radford, Virginia, I think that is. Showers we can handle. It's the mudslides that kind of turn us off. But hey, we're learning. This is Layoff. Regarding the cunnilingus how-to in Shane Mooney's insightful piece, What Dad Never Taught You. March. Please advise your readers that one technique does not fit all clitorises. I am one of the small minority of women who are too sensitive in that region. No matter how gentle the touch, my clitoris can't handle it. That's from GT in Pittsburgh. So that's a no on the egg beater, eh? Give it your breast shot. I love your Off the Ball magazine, particularly the hilarious piece, Make Your Penis Look Bigger, How to December. In the same vein, there are lots of ways for girls to make her breasts appear larger. Laying flat on a bed is definitely one of them. I'm sending a photo to demonstrate. Donna, somewhere in Rhode Island. Oh, you're being silly. Sure, it might work, but you'd have to spend all day on your back, and what good is that going to do anybody? So that's actually Brenda from Rhode Island. Yeah, we're not going to read all this. I thought that was funny. I don't think I've seen letters from ladies before. The last time we did the magazine, the letter edition, we found out at the end the names. Some of them are women, but that was a whole section. Maxim reader tips. Let's see here. Mozart for Dummies. If you're up all night cramming for a business meeting or exam, try popping a symphony in the stereo and playing it softly as you prepare. Listening to complex music like Mozart has been proven to improve your abstract reasoning skills, so you can appear smarter than you actually are. That was from Raymond Allegrino from Charlotte, North Carolina. I do like listening to symphony music when I'm cooking and when we're eating as well, things along that nature. I do find it very, very relaxing. Here's some Southern Comfort. That looks so delicious, guys. Southern Comfort and Coke, so basically Coke. Is that whiskey or bourbon? Whatever. Coke anyway, delicious. Marlboro smokes. Like I said, I don't think you see smokes in men's magazines anymore. Show us your wits. Got a great joke. All these other jokes. Whipped. What is this? Amanda Pete. Oh, I forgot about her. She's gorgeous. Liz Marks. Who else is in here that we can recognize? Nobody. Looks like a rom-com maybe, or just a... Yeah, it would have to be a rom-com, but it's rated R. Yeah, it's like a raunchy rom-com, I would say. Alright, let's read some jokes. That's cold. Question. What do you call a lesbian Eskimo? A Klondike. That's Randy Coying from Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's read another one. Let's read Paternity Party. An elderly couple are having an elegant dinner to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary. During dessert, the old man leans over and says to his wife, "Dear, there's something I have to ask you. It's always bothered me that our 10th child never quite looked like the rest of the kids. I must know, did he have a different father?" The wife dropped her head, unable to look at her husband. "Yes," she admits, "he does." Tears well up in the old man's eyes. "Please," he says, "would you tell me who it is?" The woman pauses while mustering her courage. Then she says, "You." Really, really cheesy. This one's kind of short, so let's read this one too. It's called Blonde on Blonde. Two blondes are walking down the street one day when they find a compact on the ground. That's like a cassette tape. One of them picks it up, opens it, and looks into the mirror. "Hey, this picture looks kind of familiar. I guess it's not a cassette tape," she says. The other blonde grabs the compact, looks in the mirror, and says, "You idiot, that's me." What the hell's a compact, guys? Is that a picture, I guess? Old ass technology, sometimes it even fools me, and I was alive during this time. I was 14 this year. This is May. Yeah, I just turned 14. Makusa.com, Real People, Real Clothes, clothing company I've never heard of. Circus Maximus, this is a real famous picture of that volcano eruption. The Philippines, Mount Pinatubo erupted with more noxious gas than a porta potty at Oktoberfest. So I was going to say this is an old picture. This might actually be from this year, or 1999. So it's new for here. The pen is mightier. Violate copyright with a wave of your hand. Jackie O, full name Jacqueline O'Bars, better known as a pistol pack and detective on NBC's cop comedy Battery Park. I don't recognize her. Good cop, sexy cop. Cuddy Sark, Scott's whiskey. Good head in every episode. Sina Sisberg and Lex, TV's comic freak show on Sci-Fi. I don't remember this one at all. Thomas Crown Affair. Maxim's Man of the Year, saluting the qualities that make a man great. We look back in 1671. Customer to Service, a day school for guys who likes ladies of the night. Pickup tricks, the Ally McBeal test. Ask her which Ally McBeal character she is identify with and discover if you're searching for your soul tonight. I don't know that show. That's an old ass show. What is this? Let's read it, hell with it, it's not that long. Customer Service, a day school for guys who like ladies at night, so guys who like prostitutes, I think. Syphilis. Oozing head and warts. Ugh. Okay, do we want to read this? If you think I liked screwing you, I didn't, the woman thunders. This humbling tirade comes from an ex-prostitute named Angel, and she's bellowing at an audience of 70 convicted Johns who are cringing in their chairs. I hated every single one of you. The guys taking the abuse are the first-time offenders busted by soliciting prostitutes. They've been given a chance to erase the arrest by attending a San Francisco day-long John school and paying a $500 fine. So you gotta go listen to this instead of getting charged. I guess if you get caught soliciting prostitution. We don't need to read the rest of that. That's funny. Oh, look at these guns. They look like Call of Duty guns, don't they? Shot through the art. Put a light in your girlfriend's eye with firearms with a flare. Yeah, they look like... That's so funny. They look like Call of Duty gun skins. Lucky Strive cigarettes, it looks like. Yep, I've never heard of these. I'm not a cigarette smoker though, so. Skechers sports footwear. This just senders Archie Bunker. If someone else printed it, it must be true. Though all these stories seem too good to be true, 4 of them were actually reported in reputable news sources. See if you can spot the one we made up. Oh, we're not going to read all that. Luna de Luma. Merlot Cabernet. Right beer right now. From light to might, we've got the brews you can use. Okay, let's read that. Adams Millennium. Alcohol by volume 20%. Style, strong ale, home, Boston. It's got the most alcohol content. Heaviest to lightest. This is American beer. American beer is really watered down compared to Canadian beer. I have a lot of friends that come to Canada, and they usually bring home a case of beer if they can, because our beer's got a lot more alcohol content than the American beer does. Imperial Armani. Get together with 2 fragrances. Oh, here we go. And they're not open, guys. I am really excited about this. For him and for her. Let's smell for him first. Guys, are we actually... How old is this magazine? This magazine is almost 26 years old. Are we still going to smell a fragrance in here? Let's see. I can smell it already, I can tell you that. Oh, that smells so good. That's crazy that we can smell that. Now let's smell for her. Hers is a bit, I really don't like hers too much, but his is really good. Like, I wouldn't want that on my fiance. That is crazy. That, we can still smell this 26 years later. That's nuts. I want my MP3. MP3s were brand new back then. I remember my friend Whisk had one. We all thought it was the coolest thing. You'll dig the latest generation of portable players as they dig a deeper grave for the music industry. MP3 players have taken the world's computers by storm for one main reason: free music. But the designs for portable players circa 1999 have been one slightly less clunky than a PC strapped to your back. The newest wave of players not only travels light, it adds all sorts of bells and whistles. Let's look at these old-ass MP3 players. Samsung Photo Yep and Motion Yep, $400 and $500. So this is 26 years ago. That's probably like $600 or $700 today. These tricked out versions of the original Yep MP3 player will let you watch still images and streaming video as you rock out. Linear notes, slides, music videos, even the Zropper film can keep your eyes occupied while your headphones crank the legs. Ericsson MP3 cell phone accessory, $200. Snap the attachment into a GSM standard phone, and you can listen to tunes between calls. The music automatically mutes itself when you answer, but it won't play Baby Come Back while your ex-girlfriend's on hold. We asked. Sony Memory Stick Walkman. Older players made you clear the memory to download new music, but Sony's 64 megabyte memory sticks hold your Juice Newton mixes indefinitely. In addition to powering the Snicker-size Walkman, the gumstick-size wafers are able to store all formats of digital music. Casio wrist audio player. There was a wristwatch. How would that work? You put it on your wrist like a watch, but then it would have, there's headphones attached to it. That doesn't make any sense. The first MP3 player that sits on your wrist may have a meager 32 megabyte memory, but it looks cool and provides you with about an hour of music like you could jog that long anyway. Slap on a fedora and pretend you're Dick Tracy until you're committed. That's crazy. I wonder what, if you would have went back in time right now and showed somebody that wrote this article an iWatch right now, what would they think? It's nuts. You can literally FaceTime people on it. Nomad Jukebox, $600. Wow. The average player has 32 to 64 megabytes of storage. The jukebox boasts a whopping 6 gigabytes. That's 100 hours worth of CD quality music. Download every album in your collection, trash your shelf system, and tell anyone who bought mini discs to kiss your ass. Kevin Spacey versus Mr. Spacely. He was actually, I think, on CNN this last week. He's broke from all his court cases, his sexual assault court cases, because it would have happened around this time, or just before this time. He was sexually assaulting that young man. I don't know what's the outcome of this happened, but yeah, it ruined him. He's pretty much bankrupt. can smell that still. Isn't that crazy? I'm sure it's not exactly how it originally smelled, but the fact that we got some scent on it still is crazy to me. World Eats are Japanese art assistant bravery samples some internationally cuisines. Don't care about that. Lost and found, the plot quickens. Don't leave home without us. You may never return. Easy can't lose warning. The following labels appear on products. Reading may result in concern for the human race. I don't know what that's about. Magic. Are these like lozenges or nicotine things? Nicotine gums. It's great when you find websites you really like. Wouldn't it be better if those sites found you? Welcome to eTour.com. Oh, it's a website. Look at that. Running sandals. This looks like a wet bike almost. It's like a fancy jet ski, it looks like, or a fancy windsurfer, because he's getting pulled here. Boat free ski. Oh, you control the boat in front of you while you're getting pulled. Jesus, that'd be unsafe. Total Devotion, Total Sports. I think it's a sports betting site, yeah. Web TV. Test your metal. Old lawnmowers never die. They become indestructible tools. Is this like battle bots? Down here. Isn't technology great? The best thing to happen to men since Maxim. I don't know what that is. Is that a part of this? Oh, it's Maxim Online. They're promoting their website. Hard cases keep in your pants. Condoms in a cigarette case. Face it, doesn't your protection deserve protection? Big date night, you've got the snappy suit, you've got the shiny shoes, you've got your wrap down. Chances of scoring, excellent. So where do you put your condom? You could stick it in your wallet, but the telltale O-ring stands for oversexed and desperate. You could shove it in your pocket, but nothing kills the mood like pulling out a wad of cash to pay for dinner and having everybody see what you're planning for dessert. Or you could carry one of these discreet condom candle caddies, specifically designed Jimmy hat carrying cases. Now when you go looking for love, you'll always know you've got a glove. So they look like cigarette cases, but I guess they're like condom cases. That'd be weird finding that near a car or something. A girl's like, what is this? She opens it up and there's condoms in there. That was a huge, I kind of find now that's kind of not a thing in society, but in the late 90s, early 2000s, like safe sex, condoms, all that stuff was really, really promoted. And it feels like today, I don't know if I'm just friends with scumbags or I'm a scumbag myself, because I said I've never used condoms, but I never hear of people using condoms. The vintage idiot, because even the illiterate deserves to get drunk. Like some booze. Echo Unlimited. That looks kind of like Ice Cube. Oh, not Ice Cube. I was going to say Red Man or Method Man. Oh, it is Method Man. Circus Maximus. A DVD player looks cool, but it makes lousy coffee. Movie Monster. Like DVDs are just starting to become new back then, guys. Thought you were finally able to kick your addiction to CDs after the intervention in several 12-step programs. It looks like your penchant for DVDs is about to send you back to step 1. You weak little man. Sony gladly enables your habit with the DVP CX850D, which not only stores your hoard but actually organizes it for you. Feed the beast with up to 200 DVDs, and the machine creates an on-screen menu of all your titles, from information and movie poster images encoded onto your discs. You can add your own info by keyboard, then reorganize the menu the way you like. Stash the Prime TNA in a folder, all of your own, while keeping our chick flicks safely segregated. Of course, how you pay for all those discs is your problem. See you down at the Plasma, $8.99 for that. So basically, you put all your DVDs in there, and it's almost like, I know they did that with CD players. You could actually choose what CD to play. That's basically a DVD version of that. I never heard of that. The Backstreet Boys are lost. Hey kids, help the Backstreet Boys avoid career-ending perils and make it to school safety. Okay, so they're here. We're starting here with the Backstreet Boys. Gray Stalker, no. Nothing there. Acne here, can't be that. Burning Pit of Infinite Despair. Jailbait, no, don't want that. Cultural irrelevance, no. Dead end there. This way, I guess. Sexual identity confusion. Shady manager, let's go all the way around. I think we're back where we started, no. Oh, here's the joke, there's no way to get to it, look. It's blocked off. So the poor Backstreet Boys cannot get to school. They were never meant to get to school. Anything goes, Clue, rum cola. Monkey business. The innocent 60s were ruined by sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Blame this game. Touch my monkey. I've never heard of that. Jesus. A lesson in the facts of life. When a letter bomb just won't get there in time. What is this? Chances are your fondest childhood memories are of playing board games with mom and dad, while Monopoly and Candyland have become classics. Others collect dust in closets forgotten. At a recent yard sale, we came across one of those lost relics, a 1963 treasure called Touch My Monkey. Produced by toy manufacturer McTally, the folks who brought us Johnny Bag O Donuts and Ethel the Aardvark. Touch My Monkey was the box promised a spunky jungle romp that's fun for the whole family. Recommended for 2 to 4 players age 8 and up. Monkey. Cast players in the role of adventurous African explorers rounding up monkeys for the Winkletown Zoo. As gamers moved along the path through the jungle, they also made one of one another's monkeys climb up and down trees in the center of the board. Land on a square adjacent to another player's monkey, and you can capture it, causing your opponent to shout, "You touch my monkey." Capture the most monkeys, and you won. While it was a perfect game for families, the rules of Touch My Monkey made it impossible for gamers to play it themselves. Unfortunately, McTally, Milton Bradley's runaway hit Ants in a Pants drove Touch My Monkey from the shelves. McTally was left wringing its hands. The company's subsequent plans for a home version of Whack-A-Mole, entitled Punch the Munchkin, never got off the ground. What the fuck? That's a weird-ass looking game. Touch My Monkey. Did any of you play Touch My Monkey? I guess it would be my older viewers. 3 pages of Kahlua. To pick apart a strong man, Tom Owen gets toughy about his parking space. Oh, they're driving over him. I've seen these on Discovery Channel. The Mexican calendar, 12 more reasons to take a day off work this month. May 1st, today marks the beginning of National Self-Discovery Month. You better stock up on tissues to avoid the big run. May 4th, on this day in 1932, Al Capone was convicted on tax evasion, failing to win over a federal judge with his famous "I forgot to carry the one" defense. Thank you, sir. May I have another? The Curiously Strong Mints, Waltoids. Smart-ass answers to dumbass questions. Critical information you've never picked up in junior high. It's Austin Powers. Why do men have more hair than women? Why do Brits drive on the wrong side of the road? Who invented the baseball cap? We're coming up to a thick, like a board back here. I'm not sure what it is. Is it another fragrance? I wonder. I'm kind of getting excited now. Thank God everything's not powered by Voodoo. 3DFX. It's a website. Or I guess you can edit photos. How to build a sandcastle. Wow, look at that one. Tools, beers, shovels, fork spoons, sculpting. I think we all know how to build sandcastles. I thought they were bullshitting with this when they said they were going to add this, or have an article on this. I thought it was something else. Treat a gunshot wound. For my American friends, this is definitely something you guys got to pay attention to here. I'll read this just for you guys. This is a problem you guys have to deal with. Treat a gunshot wound. Do you feel lucky, punk? If not, you better be prepared. Once you only had to worry about gunshot wounds if you were soldier, cop, or high-ranking Democrat. Well, Republican now, and or right-wing media personalities. But now that any bad day on a Dow can send Randy, the gun-touting mailroom clerk, on a rampage. I'm Randy, by the way, not this guy, though. It's time to bone up on your triage. Think fast. A victim's odds of survival skyrocket if he gets help within the hour, says Jeff Gelfand, an EMT in West Windsor, New Jersey. Call 911 before you start playing ER, so the real deal can take over as soon as possible. You'll still get the hero status. Secure the scene. Joe Boxers, I love those boxers. The first thing to ask, where's the gunman, says Gelfand. Don't jump in until you've scanned the area for remaining psychopaths. If you get shot too, nobody in their right mind is going to save you. That's a really good tip for you Americans out there, because a lot of times it's like mass shooters, right? So yeah, before you rescue them, make sure that mass shooter is actually not still in the area. That's smart. I never would have thought of that. Immobilize the victim. Once you're safe, keep the victim still so he doesn't aggravate his wounds. The best way to immobilize the patient is to lightly support his head and keep it in alignment with the rest of his body, Calvin says. If your bleeder won't quit freaking, grab his testicles in your fist and tell him to cut the shit now. Advice ours, not Gelfin's. I was gonna say, what the fuck? That's their advice. Don't do that, Americans. Don't grab a man's testicles and tell him to be still when he's shot. Check breathing and bleeding until the ambulance shows up. Congrats, you're a doctor. If you're not sure the patient's breathing, pinch his nose, tilt his head back, and gently force some air into his lungs. In a manly sort of way, of course. He's breathing normally. Check his body. Bullets have to go somewhere, so look for entrance and exit wounds. The Warren Commission will review your findings. If you can't dig up bandages, use anything. This magazine, a pair of smiley boxers, to apply firm pressure on the top of the wound. Reassure the poor sap and that everything's going to be okay. Then fix your hair and call your mom and tell her you're going to be on the 6 o'clock news. Inside the underpants, we're weeping. There's an article for Hennessy. Okay, startyourown.com. Starting your own website. This talks about Fritos, live on your couch. Can't afford a weekend in the Caribbean, try your living room. A good couch is like a second womb. Comfort, food, and drink waste. So it's a little article on how to lounge. Siphon Filter 2. This was a great game on PlayStation. Siphon Filter 1 and 2 were both great games. 989 Studios. You played as Gabriel. Basically, he was before Splinter Cell. He was your Sam Fisher before Splinter Cell came out. I think they only ever did 2 games, maybe 3. It never did take off into a series, although it should have. I always thought it was pretty cool, as headshots were a big part of the game. Cook your engine. Cooking on your engine, I guess, is what this is. Coolest thing I ever seen in my life was some Scandinavians in Iceland. They were cooking sausages on a volcanic rock. They were asking us if we wanted some, but I didn't want to wait around for it to be cooked. They were standing there talking in some kind of Scandinavian. I'm not sure where they were from there, but yeah, they were cooking on the volcanic rocks. Fight like a stooge. 5 vicious self-defense moves that don't require a cream pie. Jesus. It's like comedic ways to fight. Moe's coconut head crunch. Slate's clothing. I don't know who that is. Max Kellerman lives in a boxing nut's dream come true. He's a lifelong fan. Okay, I don't know what that is. Why bastards get lucky. Some guys are self-centered, antagonistic, woman-hating jerks, and girls love them. Here's how a nice guy can beat them at their own game, by Nicole Belland. So it's a women's article about why girls like jerks. Let's see how long it is. Looks like it's going to be a long one. Oh geez, it's way too long. Let's read some of the, let's skim through it though. Wanted looks like a bad boy. Bad boys keep us guessing. Women are constantly complaining about the one asshole who never calls them back. But when the phone rings, guess whose voice they're dying to hear? When a guy doesn't call right away, women figure he either has something better to do or he's not interested in the first place. Either way, he comes off cooler, which only intrigues us more. I've done that to girls where I've ghosted them for a couple days and then I get a hold of them. I've actually done that for this reason, to hopefully come off like this, like you know, okay, I got everything's going on, but I'll get a hold of you when I can, kind of deal. Bad boys don't get worked up over a wrinkle in their chinos. Bad boys need us. Bad boys make us beg for their compliments and affection. Bad boys have fan clubs. Bad boys make us feel safe. Bad boys call the shots. When I saw all the babes talking to him in a bar, his sex appeal tripled. Women want to know that their boyfriends would draw blood for their sake. Bad boys are exciting. I would agree with her on that aspect. You know, you don't want to be bored, right? You want a little bit of excitement in your life. And maybe like a straight-laced guy definitely wouldn't offer that to you. I could see that's the appeal for some women, for bad guys. The thing is, bad guys, girls, don't normally settle down. I think I can get this in here. Yeah. Bad guys don't normally settle down, and they're not normally not loyal as well, so it's a double-edged sword. Are you a bad boy? Answer these questions. You may be a bigger bastard than you think. When you arrive at a party to meet your girlfriend, do you get a beer before you greet her? My wife, back then, yeah, I would. I'd grab a beer and then go find her. Do you tell her when you're about to come? Sometimes. Do you go out with female friends without her? No. Do you consider kissing cheating? Yes. Do you usually call within 50 minutes of when you say you will? This is older, so we text. I guess that's not a thing back then. Do you order your date another drink without asking? Actually, there's a whole thing here. I don't want to read all that. I'll read the question. I'll answer the questions, though. Do you order your date another drink without asking if she wants one? If she wants one, I will, yeah. If your restaurant table has a booth seat and a chair, do you take the booth? I take the booth. Do you think it's funny to make jokes about screwing her mom? No. Do you make sure she gets into her house before you drive away? Yes. Have you ever canceled plans with her because you're tired and then ended up going out with your friends anyway? Yes. When you meet women, do you give them your number and tell them to call you? No. Have you ever bought a woman flowers for no particular reason? No, there's always got to be a reason. Have you ever failed to introduce your girlfriend to other women who've approached? Yes, I have. My wife, actually. Back when we were dating. I mean, not now, obviously. If she makes dinner, do you wash the dishes? Yes. Would you thank your girlfriend at your next big Oscar speech? Yes, I would. I don't know if that makes me a bad boy. You're supposed to tally all this up. Bacardi. Screw your health. 8 medically sound reasons you must have sex every day like you need them. The body you want. It's true. Sex will keep you in shape if you have it every other day or every day. In the mood. Hurts so good. So she's got a headache, huh? Arthritis, a fresh chain wound, no excuse. Thanks to endorphins released during sex, a rowdy belly dance can actually ease her suffering. That's not what I think. If my wife has a headache and I try to initiate sex, I get a punch in the face. So, I don't believe that. Daily injections. Want to help ease those nasty PMS symptoms? Studies show that a woman's overall reproductive system benefits from frequent penile insertions. Sexual activity helps strengthen the pubic muscles, I don't know what that is, which in turn helps keep the pelvic organs in shape and where they belong, says Dr. Lattis. Regular love sessions can also postpone the onset of menopause, stimulate fertility, and regulate the menstrual cycle. The gland of milk and honey, chemical attraction. Never beg again. Dr. Maxim combats her bedroom excuses. She says, lay off, I've got PMS. You say, the muscle contractions that occur during orgasm will push the blood out of your pelvic region and relieve that bloated sensation, and the endorphins released will help you lighten up. Hold me. Okay, so this one is kind of... I believe that one. Because I know I've given my wife orgasms while she's in this state, and it does make her feel better, and it's because of endorphins, obviously. I think so. I do agree with that. I don't think that's bullshit. She says, you seem distant. You say among the hormones that get pumped into your body during sex is oxytocin, the bonding hormone which stimulates closeness in couples. Just think what it'll do to our relationship. Hold me. She says, I'm 80 years old. You say evidence shows that sex can slow down the aging process, and post-menopausal women who climax regularly lessen their risk of urinary tract infections. Hold me. So if she tells you she's 80, you guys, you just tell her that, okay? She says, I never come. You say, orgasm doesn't occur naturally for all women. Some have to learn how to do it. If we practice, we can help you reach the goal line. Hold me. She says, you're totally pathetic. You say, conquering you sexually will boost my confidence so I can succeed at work and at the track, make more money, and score a younger woman when I have my midlife crisis. Hold me. Here's a Yamaha jet ski. Great ball of fire. Here's another sports article. Wait, there was a basketball one the last time. We're not going to read this. Gillette Mach 3. They were still around back then. That is my go-to shaver today. Raisin Bran Crunch. I actually had Raisin Bran this week for breakfast. Beck's Imported. I've never had this beer. I see it around a lot, though. It's still around today. I've never had it, though. There's an article with Bill Paxton. We're not going to bother reading it. Bill Paxton actually passed away. It was 2 years ago now, 3 years ago now. And something really cool happened. All the storm chasers in America, they all got, they coordinated through satellite to line themselves all up to say RIP Bill or something. Because a lot of them got into storm chasing because of him in the movie Twister. German engineered. This Euro model is sleek, powerful, and definitely not boxy. This is Simone Motherthies. I don't know who that is. She doesn't look very familiar either. I'm not rubbing her tit. I'm trying to read what this says. To love. I don't know what that says. Yeah, I don't know who she is. Modern, sophisticated, relaxed style that's not synonymous with spending. Lift to open. What is this? This is what I was feeling. Claiborne. Oh, it's the name of the ad and their type of clothing they have. I don't think I've ever worn a Claiborne, actually. I was hoping that would be a fragrance. Lying in the sun with sand and creams all over your body, you want to feel free. She's gorgeous, though, I will say that. She has such a really, really pretty face. She doesn't have much of a butt, but she definitely looks like a model, though, doesn't she? Look how long she is. I bet you she's like 6'5". My back is super itchy. Unfortunately, I broke my back scratcher the other night accidentally by sitting on it. You know who she kind of looks like? She kind of looks like the actress Elizabeth Banks. That's what it is. When I'm home, I can put on sneakers and drink lots and lots of beers with my friends. She's definitely German. Grey Goose vodka, distilled and bottled. Sky vodka is my favorite. I think I mentioned that in the last Maxim video. Once you know your body, you learn to show yourself to other people. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, she definitely is a model. Super, super long body. The Camel Cash, your passion to pleasure. Camel smokes, I guess. Hardest of the hardcore, Maxim extors the virtues of the most badass people, places, and things this side of hell. If you disagree with our selections, we'll snap your neck. Hardest movie, Man Bites Dog. What makes this 1992 Belgian flick? Okay, we're not going to read all this. Hardest Special Forces, the SAS. British Special Air Service. Hardest dinosaur is, I can't read that. Hardest natural disaster, Huanghe River, China. Hardest building, NORAD's Cheyenne Mountain Operation, Central Colorado. Hardest superhero, Superman versus Wolverine. Wolverine is hard, says James Wanek, comic expert and famous sci-fi shop Forbidden Planet in England. He has an adamantium-laced skeleton that covers his claws. It's unbreakable, impressive, but not enough. Wykick says Superman is king. Kryptonite can weaken him, but absolutely nobody can kill him now. How hard is that? Respect. That would be a tough one. I would probably give it to Superman for sure, because he could rip Logan in half. The Hulk did. If the Hulk could, I think Superman could as well. Hardest creature, the cockroach. I will agree with that as well. Hardest travel destination, South Africa. This is only 7 years away from Operation Gothic Serpent in Somalia, so I could see that's why they would put South Africa. Hardest volcano, Tambora, Indonesia. Hardest kids, Sicarios. I would agree with that as well to this day. Hardest sting, Australian sea wasp. Hardest aircraft, A-10 Thunderbolt 2. Hardest D-spot, Vlad the Impaler. Dracula. Hardest liquor, Everclear. Hardest bomb. Some kind of hydrogen bomb. Is that Russian one? Yeah, it is. Here we go. Now it's the magazines. We're over halfway done, so I can actually put it down now without having to constantly hold this side. Great white shark versus killer whale. Killer whale always. The largest great white shark ever weighed about a measly 5,000 pounds. The killer whale weighs about 10,000 to 12,000 pounds. But the great white has rows of serrated teeth that rip flesh with a force of 7 tons per square inch. What's more, it can't be trained at SeaWorld to make nicey nice with humans. Orcas hunt great white sharks, so yeah, it's orcas hands down. They have a cool method where they actually flip the sharks onto their back and neutralizes them, and then they eat them. They're actually eating polar bears now. I've seen that. They're knocking them into the water and eating them. That is insane. The execution of your trade shall be more important than making funny commercials. Static Online. Hardest woman, Aileen Wuornos or Julia Butterfly. That's the woman from Monster, the prostitute serial killer. I don't know who Julia Butterfly is. A foreign rag once claimed that 7-time murderer Aileen Wuornos was the hardest broad. Police. Environmentalist Julia Butterfly Hill is an undisputed bar of iron. On December 10th, 1997, she climbed 180 feet up from an ancient redwood in Humboldt County, California, to protest abusive logging practices. The tree-hugging hottie endured siren floodlights and menacing helicopters and didn't come down once until a preservation agreed was reached late last year. She spent a total of 730 days dangling in bark or dancing in bark. So she climbed a redwood and she stayed up there for it's a little less than 2 years. That's crazy. Hardest serial killer, Pedro Alonso Lopez. Which guy is this guy? What on earth? Monster of the Andes. Hardest sports fans, Barras Brava. That's a soccer fan base. Hardest car, Aston Martin V8 Vintage Le Mans. Hardest body part, tooth enamel. Hardest job, journalist, Algeria. I would say no. Hardest slacks, just kidding, sucker. Hardest art, 1,000 years. Hardest ride, Superman the Escape. Hardest actor, Danny Trejo. Hardest land animal, hippopotamus. I would agree with that as well. Hardest hot sauce, Blair's 3 a.m. Hardest ways to die, braided on a wheel. Oh, that's where they put you on the wheel and oh god, that's a terrible way to die. Hardest WWF wrestler, Mankind. that's true. I'll give it that as well. This is 2 years after he flew off the top of the cell in King of the Ring. Hardest mountain, K2 Western Himalayas. Hardest music, Black Sabbath. Hardest drinkers, New Hampshire. Hardest snake, Inland Tapian. Hardest beetle, Dung Beetle. Hardest machine, Maxim. Just kidding, we're a bunch of pussies. American Pitbull versus Japanese Tosa. Hardest perversion, Barusha Sex Shops. I don't know what that is. Tattoo. Hot tubs of the rich and famous. You don't need champagne dreams and cavern wishes to check off the bachelor pads of some young Hollywood hop shots. So it's bachelor houses of Hollywood. Actors. Yeah, that is. That's Jerry O'Connell. Who else is this here? I'm trying to see. I think that's Heather Graham. I don't know who these are. They were all like, yeah, they're all like young hotshots around this time. Hot Shots actually was a movie he was in with Tara Reid. Is that what this is? Woman will not crawl into an unmade bed. Surf shack central waves are crashing. It's the party time at O'Connell's condo. Look how young O'Connell is here. That's so funny. It's basically a look at O'Connell's house, I guess. Maxim pads. Yeah, it's a look at his house. Oh, that is a really nice bachelor pad. That's very, very 90s, the aesthetic here. Look at that massive TV. There's a topless woman picture here. Who's that supposed to be? That's nobody. It's just art. Great moments in bachelor pad history. Create your own fun house. Owning a bed is only halfway mark. Every guy needs a few toys to round out his place. File of music. Look at that music rack. Jukebox. That'd be really fun. I would love that to have that in my arcade. Afterglow with jack-o'-lantern. It's a lamp. Chateau Bob. I guess it's like a wine cellar. Carry your wine. Pinball machine. I definitely want one of those in this arcade one day. Big Bang. Custom-made nucleus. Micro-round speakers. Oh, it's like today you would have that with like Apple Home, or not Apple Home, Google Home, or Alexa, whatever. You set the speakers up around your house. Capital T is it's a television, 42-inch television, and some dumbbells. I think that's posters. We have posters in this arcade. Here's cool cigarettes. Fine China model turned actress China Chow leaves us hungry for more. China Chow, who are you? I don't think I recognize this person. Is she British? Let's see. Conventional wisdom says a lot. I'm just trying to skim through and see if I can see any. Star of the Big Hit, an upcoming Head Over Heels. I've never heard of either one of those movies. My character's a handful and an eyeful. Oh, and she's a lesbian art restorer. Light a fire. It's a bourbon or something. I'm open to meeting somebody. It's just that when you are looking, it never happens. That's true sometimes. I found my wife when I wasn't looking, actually. Bill Bikes. The models, the mob, and the murder. Oh, this is that mob story. This is going to be a long article. This is like the prison escape story from the last Maxim magazine we all read. It definitely looks like an interesting story, but again, like that one, guys, I'm going to say if you want to like look into it, I would Google it. It's a long, yeah, it's going still. Chivas Regal, Newport cigarettes. Man, there's so many cigarette ads back then, wasn't there? Uniball smooth reels. viewers, or my younger viewers, going, young. I know, but he looked like a goddamn skeleton at the end. Like, that looked young compared to how he looked at the end. Knight of 1,000 sextons. In the game of sex, you can do the old in and out, or you can knock our knickers off with these sexual showstar knickers. What are we, British now? So these are tips from women. Grab a chair, because a pool table, the kitchen counter, and the bathroom sink are about as comfortable as a convention of your ex-girlfriends. I've had sex in a kitchen counter, bathroom sink, actually. With a girl I met at a bowling, or not curling night, Bonspiel, actually. It's a funny story. I don't want to get into it, actually. Pulls up a chair, settle into your armless, upholstered dining room type throne, and have her straddle you with her legs dangling. Boner bonus. Sitting allows more blood to pool in the pelvic region. Make her bed. While guys can hump happily on a pile of dirty sheets, girls want the hay they roll into be more refined. I do like having sex in a made bed, guys. We actually make our bed before we have sex. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm like not a neat freak, but it bothers me that the bed's not made. Wet her whistle. Climb into a hot bath and have her sit on your lap. Bobsled style. Let the faucet run steadily over her privates, or experiment with the adjustable shower massager. A lot of girls do that. They use shower massagers to masturbate. And or bath flows. We'll take what's behind the curtain. Hum your way home. The next time you're yodeling down her valley, hum a little ditty while she's probably thinking, why do I always get this with the weird guys? She'll change her tune. It's true. That's 100% true. When you're giving oral sex to a woman, hum as you're doing it. It vibrates. It vibrates your mouth. On her privates, trust me on that. Lend her a mirror the next time you dive south. Give her a handheld mirror so she can see her mouth working its magic on her in a whole new light. When you're doing a doggy style, put the mirror under her stomach or in front view of her I don't know about that. I think most women would be like, get that fucking mirror out of there. Hit her a spot. She's heard truckloads about her G-spot, but zip about her other hot button, the anterior phoenix erogenous zone, or A-spot for short. Okay, I think that's the spot in the anus. I think. The scientists conducting experiment 96 to find a cure for vaginal dryness got more than they asked for. Stimulating that spot lubed in the ladies in less than 10 minutes, and 95% of them reported blowing a fuse, some more than once. To replicate these findings in your own lab of love, slide 2 fingers inside her vagina in a third of your way up the front wall until you hit a small mass of spongy material. Oh, it's talking about the G-spot. I thought the A-spot was in your anus. I was wrong. This is just showing you how to find our G-spot. Guys, it's literally that. If you're my young man here and you don't know where to find it, it's just like that. Put your fingers in and do a come hither motion. You'll find it, you'll feel it. Make fun of your willy. Yeah, this must be a British woman or man that wrote this. Women are careful not to laugh, smirk, or even smile at a guy's Johnson. But if you've been dating women for a while, give her permission to chuckle by drawing a smiley face on it. Or do the helicopter. The helicopter makes them laugh as well. Say you don't want sex. Telling her you just want to talk or make out will stump her. Women think men always want sex, says Lou Paget, author of How to Give Her Absolute Pleasure. So they often wait for men to make the first move. But if you stop acting like a slobbery sex fiend, she'll be forced to become one with herself. Or be forced to become one herself out of sheer boredom. Tow her boat. Give her toes a crack at making her come. Lube up your little piggies and lie foot to crotch with her so your biggest one's in contact with her clitoris. I don't think women would like you towing them. Go for the glow. Light up your nightlife with some recently FDA-approved nightlight glowing condoms. Okay, again, these days there's no condoms aren't a thing like as prevalent as they were back then. Heat her up, chill her out. Challenge her nipples to a taste test. Take a sip of hot water and touch her breasts with warm lips. Then take a sip of ice water and touch her again, firing up a set of nerve endings she didn't know existed. I've done this with ice. I've never done it with warm water. That'd be weird. I think she would like that. It would burn. Reposition your pecker. While thrusting graffites your primal instinct. It misses her prime pleasure centers. Take the high road by aiming your penis upward or toward her belly button, which will cause your rod to rub against her G-spot. There's certain, see how the table moves, it's so annoying. There's certain positions you can do it if you really want to find her G-spot. Give her a hand, because nothing deals God like a woman's own digits. Try matching her masturbation techniques mano a mano. Guys, reach around if you can. They love that. What is this down here? The MacGyver Guide to Sex Toys. Sex expert. Drag a fork down her stomach or along her back, but don't poke her like a porterhouse. Get naked and rub flour all over each other. Cloak a zucchini wonder wand into a condom and use it as a dildo. I think women do that in general. You don't have to do that yourselves. Dip a sponge in warm oil and run it over her naked body, slow enough for her to savor it. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm going to tell this story. This is funny. It wasn't zucchini, it was a cucumber, I think. I don't know if you guys remember that stupid Spike TV 1,000 Ways to Die. They go over these ridiculous ways to die. Most of them are bullshit. One of them is, this woman has a crush on her neighbor, and one day she sees him in bicycle shorts, and she sees he's well endowed, and he asks her that very day if she wants to go for dinner with him that night for a date, and she tells him yes. So he rides off on his bike, and she gets excited, and she goes to her garden, and she tries to find a cucumber that's the size of the guy roughly she's seen through his shorts. So she finds one, she figures the right size, and she starts to suck on it, and she steps on a rake, and the rake pops it down her throat, and she dies that way. They're all bullshit, guys. They're not true. I'm not laughing at someone's actual death. They're mostly made up. I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. Dip a sponge in warm oil, run it over a naked body slow enough for her to savor it. Bend your naughty girl over your knee and paddle her bare bottom with wooden spoons. Wooden spoons is like something your mother does to you. Just buy a nice whip or something. Drive a matchbox car over her curve with vroom vroom sound effects. Yeah, they won't like that. Tie your wrists to the bedposts or each other with a clean pair of stretchy tube socks. Again, just buy bed straps. Spread a shower curtain on a bathroom floor, coat it with baby oil, and slither naked around it. That's something people do. I would never. That's too much work. Like to clean up after. Brush your hair with long, slow strokes and keep brushing down her bare back and behind. They might like that. Turn an electric toothbrush to low speed and circle her nipples. Don't insert it in her vagina. Some women do use that to masturbate on their clitoris. What is this? 81 Dream Shoes. Look at the logo on there. What? Who would wear those? Imagine wearing those to school, you kid and shit. Okay, so impressively enough, this guy I ordered from, he said these magazines were immaculate shape. I wouldn't say that. They were a little rough. Like the sides are a bit rough and everything else, but for the most part, like everything else is untouched. Like this, the fragrance samples, for example, we smelled, and we have this in here now too. Who is that? That's not Rebecca Romagen. Oh, she's inside there. Who is this? Oh, Jamie Presley, aka Margot Robbie, aka, oh, there's three of them. They look identical. Who's the other one? Oh, Margot Robbie, Jamie Presley, and there's one more. They all look exactly the same. That's Alyssa Milano. I don't know who you are. Europe Stop model. Heidi Klum. Leave her undies on. Since you're perpetually devising a way to get her dang panties off, she'll be surprised if you just let them be and instead apply warm, sloppy licks on top and around those swath of material. That's something they like. That's definitely something that some of them like. Pause between pumps. Mononymous penis thrusting can have a numbing effect on a woman, especially if she's not aroused enough to respond to the intense sensation. Yeah, definitely don't just go like a jackhammer. Definitely slow down. Give her the mint treatment. Ever since Monica Lewinsky talked about popping those curiously strong mints to give her president a curiously kick-ass Hummer, breath mints have become an oral sex staple. But you've got news for her. Mints work even better on her because the menthol in the candy penetrates the mucous membranes of the vulva more easily. I've heard of that. I've never tried that. I don't know, like that minty sensation. You can get that on her clit. I've never tried it though, but I've heard of this before. Get her off upside down. Although you've tried every intercourse position from the wheelbarrow to the five-legged flying serpent. You've tried those, haven't you? Jesus, what is that? Don't forget there's more than one way to go down on her. Most couples try new positions. Lift her thighs onto your shoulders and raise her torso off the bed. So she's essentially upside down. They're saying 69. Give her a wake-up call. Unless it's 8 a.m. meeting, your woman would probably be flattered to wake up and find you between her legs. That is a nice way to wake up a girl. But if you achieve what you're trying to do there, it makes them go back to sleep. Get a tattoo. Imagine your girlfriend's face when she finds her name tattooed on your ass. To bypass an annoying permanence problem, order a temporary brand. Put a temporary brand tattoo on you. Don't bother with that. Stuff Magazine. I love Stuff Magazine. There's always video games and gadgets and everything on there. Love it. One Crazy Summer. Surf in Paradise. Loosen it up and hang 11. Where's this? Oh, they're like tours you can take. You can home with Ted Nugent. Surf with, who is that? I thought maybe this was a famous surfer. Shoot down a bogey. Aces wanted. No experience necessary. That would be fun. That would be fun. Beat James Bond because he only lived twice. Over 6 days at the Forks at Covert Ops will train you in the finer arts of combat pistol shooting. Oh, it's pistol shooting. Playing the big leagues, your field of dreams. This is like fantasy baseball, I guess. Drink less Kelsey. More head than you'll ever get. Where's paintball? That looks like a paintball gun. An old style paintball gun. Yeah, it's paintball. Camps we'd like to see. Spy camp's a good start, but we'd like to travel and leisure industry to go a bit more further. Moroccan harem camp. Whack your boss weekend. That'd be a fun one. The Great Tyrannosaurus Hunt. Sloth camp. It's good to be King Elvis Presley. Master extreme sports. Every activity you've ever learned in one camp. That would be really fun. Roam the Wild West. I guess cowboy. Pretend you're a cowboy in the Wild West or in the desert with a horse and everything. This reminded me of something. These amazing horseback tours in Egypt. You go from the coast all the way inland. It's like a 4-day trip, and it ends with the pyramids. That would be so fun. I told my wife that'd be like a dream trip for me. Rambo it out to make Ma Nature your bitch. I guess it's like Aboriginal living skills, like living off the land kind of deal. My cousin Alvin does that with kids. It's just like a Navy promo. Go off-roading with a Hummer, get back to nature and leave your tire treads all over it. Walk in space, like a space. That would be fun too, a space fantasy camp. Camps for her, where she'll be while you're busy forgetting the call. Scrapbook camp. What's in it for her? Female bonding with such... Got lighten away here, guys. Such estrogen enticing rallying cries as crop till you drop. Brown County Wildflower Foray. Grand Tetons Rafting Camp. Sacred Journeys for Women. We have Goodwrench Tires. Drive like a drag NASCAR or F1. Or I guess if you're going to do it in the US, it'd be IndyCar probably. Warning, these are not cams. Duncan on Jordan. Be like Mike, but not as rich. Like a Michael Jordan fantasy camp, yeah. Christy Swanson, the original Buffy, is slaying us all over again with her sexy new series. I don't remember her in its series around 2000. Gosh, she is gorgeous. I think I seen her recently on something. Was it a movie or just an interview? Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat here. That's a nice necklace. I believe a girl knows within 5 minutes of meeting a guy if she's going to have sex with him. That's probably true. I think I missed this. No. Most of my friends are guys because I don't judge them. Don't mesh with Christy. See, I told you guys in the other video, like these Maxim shoots with these celebrities, they're really tasteful. Like that's mesh. She's not wearing a top underneath, but it's edited out. I guess you could say there's no nudity in these books, in these magazines. Right, by any chance, the because the film Hunger Man dinner is how we're not going to bother reading this. We didn't read Jennifer's. I'm not that interested in reading Christy Swanson's interview regardless. I mean, we don't mind looking at her, do we? We've got Wood too. That's when she played Buffy. That's how everyone remembers her. Christy perfects and you are more lethal slaying technique. She kind of looks like Tara Reid a little bit to me. In the chase, you have sex straddling Charlie Sheen. I just seen that. I remember that scene from the movie. While he's driving a BMW 100 miles an hour. Any particularly perilous sex in your own past? Probably the first time I did it because we didn't know what we were doing, and there was the possibility that his parents might walk in, and we were on a waterbed, which was a true test. Mostly I just remember it being over quickly. Losing your virginity on a waterbed, that would be different. You wouldn't achieve full penetration, I would think, because of how soft the bed is. Sorry if you guys hear, my wife just woke up, she's on her way to work. I like to be kissed soft and slow. A little lip biting is always good too. She was so gorgeous. What am I saying? Or what am I saying? She probably still is absolutely gorgeous. She'd be in her 50s now. Be brilliant. Conditioned. It's conditioner. Maxim wear. Do the math. Digital ties. 2 for your tees. Get away you wear. Proactive hot sports gear on your feet, new for spring. So this is the fashion. I love the fashion part of Maxim as well. I literally would dress like this is something I would wear back then in 2000. Nice sweater with khakis. Yeah, there's some khakis and some sandals. I never used to wear sandals when I was a teenager. It was so weird. Like my friend, we would like make fun of each other if we wore sandals. And if we wore sandals, we would wear them with socks on. It's not like I had nasty feet. I don't know what it was. We just didn't like it. I like this outfit too. This is a nice summer outfit. Oh, I love this shirt. It's almost pink. If this was pink and white like that, that would be really nice. Like a strawberry milkshake pink. Don't care for that at all. Or the pants, to be honest with you. Oh, we're at the end, almost here. Why are they golfing on a beach, by the way? I like this. Actually, you know what this reminds me of, guys? This reminds me of Kramer from Seinfeld. Something he would wear, doesn't it? It looks like he's gonna hit her in the head. That's a very 90s outfit she has. I like that shirt a little bit. That wouldn't be bad in the summer. The pants too, actually, with the flip-flops. It's something I would wear. That's why the page is going up, because it's another one of these. Smooth moves. Nautica. This was $820, guys. $820 for that from Prada Sport. Skechers collection. Sure-footed, give your feet some breathing room in cool Gucci sandals. $270 for those. I'll just wear my Volcoms. I'm happy with that. Neoclassics. Reeboks. We used to buy no-name shoes from Zellers. We used to call them Creeboks. Cree, like, because I'm Cree Native American, we're poor. We used to call them Creeboks. Pass the buck. Save some dough this summer. Check out the hot stuff here, which will cost you $100 or less. Get a flask, some glasses, watches, some shorts. Those are nice swim shorts, actually. Ties. What fragrance is that? Valentino. The new Very Valentino Pour Home grooming products will have you smelling as good. Prices range from $16 for a deodorant stick to $55 for toilettes. So that's about $80 today, $90 today. Maybe more. Name your price. Movie reviews. Oh, Gladiator just came out. Still a great movie today. Music. Pushing Down the Farm. Looks like Third Eye Blind, maybe. Games, golf, plus and grinder, mountain bikes tested you'll use. Camping gear's the theme of the wild. Which online CD store you should hit? Gladiator. It won all the Academy Awards that year, in the year 2000. Great movie. Beast Wars. Think man can peacefully coexist with nature. Welcome to the jungle, baby. There's nothing like the spectacle of humans fighting the wild and woolly kingdom to pump up the drama. Here are our favorite brain versus fang movie moments. Blowhard versus Shark Jaws. Tycoon versus Kodiak. Oh, it's The Edge with Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. Great movie as well. Great soundtrack. Ape Man versus Rhino. Tarzan and his mate. I never watched that. Wuss versus Wabbit. Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. What do we got here? That looks like the beautiful Rachel McAdams, kind of. What's Heather Graham? U51, Bill Paxton, Matthew McConaughey, Harvey Keitel, John Bon Jovi. I never watched that. Committed, Miramax, Heather Graham, Luke Wilson, Casey Affleck. What is this? Sounds familiar. A jilted bride, Graham, who refuses to accept the fact that her marriage is over, tracks your wayward man across the country and stakes out his new life. Duets, Gwyneth Paltrow, Maria Bello, Huey Lewis. The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas. It was such a bad movie. John Goodman was in the first one. They actually dumbed down the cast for this. It was like a lower budget sequel. Battlefield Earth was really good with John Travolta, Barry Pepper, Forrest Whitaker, Kim Coates. I actually did like this. And Road Trip is a really classic. Amy Smart. The Amy Smart scene, that's what I always remember in there. Ejection Seat, The Rants Rewind, No Problem, Be Kind, They Wish. The Bachelor. Fight Club, ooh, I love Fight Club. Galaxy Quest, Being John Malkovich, stupid movie, The World's Not Enough, good Bond movie. That's John Malkovich, by the way. Fish. Farmhouse Electro, oh, the band Fish. Oh, there are CDs that came out. Cypress Hill Skull and Bones. None of these are overwhelmingly good. Pictures, what we got here? Right outside the margins, cross. Easy to sip, now easy to grip. Canadian Mist, what's this? Rogue Assault, Revolver, don't know them either. The Mighty Mouse, Boston's Hanson. Books, The Man Who Wrote the Book. High Flying Adventures in the Stock Market. Carbarts.com. Out of Sights, Frisky Feeds, Test and Peace. Oh, these are websites. Surf Report. Netgain, download this. Parliament Cigarettes. Maxim, the best thing to happen to men since Maxim. Maxim.com, that is. guys, for a portable TV. That's like fucking $2,500 today. That's nuts. That's crazy. Look at how cheap it looks too. Grind your time bomb in record time. Which online CD store can release Manson first? Adam and Eve. They distribute, back in the day, they distributed porn movies like VHS, DVDs. You'd order from them. Body Heat. Looks like Amy. It looks like Amy Smart, kind of. Paula Divick's temperature is rising. See more of the party of the 5-star in the next issue. We have the next issue, so she's going to be on the cover of the next issue. Who is she? She looks very familiar. What is this? Vila. Beat this caption. Dip passed on Burton's long-awaited sequel, Edward Toilet Hands. That's pretty good. What are they doing? Hands stuck in a urinal. If you read this caption, as you read through an issue of Maxim, do you ever get the feeling you could come up with captions of our own? I guess if you win the caption, you get this video game. What is it? Galerians? I don't ever remember that. What is that? New PlayStation Survival Adventure. You have to save the human race. I don't know what that is. Okay, Sky Vodka. My favorite vodka. That almost looks like John Jones. But John Jones would be like 12. No, I'm 14. Yeah, he'd be 12. And that's going to be it for this issue of Maxim, guys. Like I said, we're going to be reading right to 43. Right into... Oh, what is that? July 2001, I think. Like, straight through. Right before the towers fell. So it's kind of like a nice look at life before that. That's pretty much a huge turning point in North American history, basically. Livelihoods. Okay, guys, but with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know down below. With that being said, everybody have a great day, great night, and peace out. Peace out, peace out, peace out.